Hello and welcome to another day
Hi,
in the infinite
fractal.
universe where
We live.
where everything is connected and we are cosmic consciousness pretending to be different aspects of itself. What's new? Tell me about it.
I don't know, everything's always new for the infinite consciousness.
Such as?
What's your first topic?
First topic? Well, there's the game. Because people have been asking, when's the game coming out? And the game has been out for, I want to say, over a year on SideQuest, which is a developer platform. And it uploaded there. I'm talking about Optimum Championship, the game that I've been developing. It's a fighting game for VR. And the bottleneck, the issue has been getting it approved by Meta to release on the Meta Quest store, which has been the biggest pain. And I kind of feel like going on this epic rant against Meta, but at the same time, I'm like, they have the power to approve or deny the game, so...
Maybe it helps.
Maybe, because I did go on a rant recently on a forum, and then they sent me a link to be a research associate the next day, and I was like, is there some link here? Is there some reason why?
Yeah.
Bless you.
Thank you. In Ukraine and Russia, we say na pravdu. So when someone sneezes while someone else is speaking, this means like because he or she says the truth. That's why you sneeze. Isn't this interesting?
Oh, interesting. Was I saying the truth then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Na pravdu.
So maybe I should lean into it.
Sneezing?
No, just talking smack about Meta.
Oh, yeah.
I'm speaking the truth.
Do that.
Oh my gosh. They got it all wrong. Like, I wonder, like, how do I care more about VR than they do? They got these cartoony avatars. Have you seen their...
No.
It's terrible. Let me back up for a minute. The game has been ready for release, but Meta is not releasing it because they first said it's not 70 frames a second. It was what 60? It was 60 frames a second in VR. It looked great. I've been a gamer my whole life. I know games. It looked great. It was ready to go. They're like, it's not 70 frames a second. A movie is 24 frames a second. This game was running at 60 frames a second, and it was usually 70, and that was only when there was a big explosion going off. Oh, it dropped down to 60. So they denied it. So I had to go re-optimize the whole game, which still wasn't good enough. So I had to wait for the Quest 3 to come out, Anna. I had to wait for a whole new system to come out. And then they changed all their requirements. I had to reformat the whole game again and again and again because they keep on updating their... It's been such a pain.
Question.
Yeah.
How many frames per second is reality?
C, the speed of light, I think.
How many frames is
Andromeda joined.
How many frames
She's
is that?
awesome. She's so cool. I'm going to invite her to be a guest. You can come join us if you want. Anna Roman. She's so cool. And she's been trying to work at Meta, but...
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I kind of got beef with Meta at the moment because they're not releasing the game. I think they will eventually, hopefully. But
yeah, for sure. My theory is that these things just take time. I've known so many game developers, and I've never heard even once that it would take someone a year to release a game, not even 2. Like usually it takes years, and maybe that's the reason why.
Maybe. And I came to you last night, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Why do I stick my face in this headset when I've got real life? I have a beautiful wife that I could be hanging out with, and I want to stick my face in a headset. Why do I want to do that to myself? I just want to spend as much time hanging out with my baby.
Yeah, but then the thought is that forever men have been sitting in their basements and in their garages because they have hobbies and they just do things. So
yeah, and
why
that's
not?
that's what you told me last night. Because I was like, I'm done. I'm so sick. I've been so frustrated. You have to understand. I've been trying to get Meta to approve this game for a year. It's been ready for a year.
Because you're treating it like a job, and that's great. But it can also be a very cool hobby. And if it turns into a job, then great. I think it will take some pressure off. Like see it as fun. As something that you like working on once in a while. But it doesn't need to be like if it's so much pressure.
Yeah, and that's what I said. Oh, that's what you said.
Yeah.
You were like, just treat it as a hobby. You're like, relax, Gary.
You don't have to
of course, I was like, oh.
keep it or leave it forever.
Yeah,
so
I was like, thank you, baby. You're so right. I've been taking it too seriously. And I think I've always been clear that I had no idea when this game was going to come out. I think I'd always been clear to everybody. Because there's all these creators who've been helping out, and I've been talking it up and hyping it up. Mm-hmm. And I think I've been clear, though, to everybody, like I've never made a game before. Usually when people make a game, it's something simple. Everyone will always tell you, don't go big, don't swing for the fences. And I'm like, I'm going to make the first fighting game for VR ever. It's going to be badass. And I did. That's the crazy part. But Meta's not releasing it.
The crazy part is Gary's always going into such extremes. I mean, I just mentioned, what about if we move and buy another house? What does Gary say? I'll build it.
Yeah, so? Bubble house.
Extremes.
I want to build a bubble house.
Okay.
I have bubble house on my list.
Can we start with a bubble house for Theo?
That'd be really cute.
That'd be cute.
That'd be so cute. But what if she claws it and pops it?
Yeah. No, she won't.
Okay. My wife turned into a bubble. Would you love me if I was a bubble? Would you love me if I popped? Would you get rid of every cactus in the world? Yes, baby.
That's spiky.
I would shave. I'd even shave. But can I keep ranting about Meta?
All right.
Okay, so you don't understand. Like, this Optimum Championship was not about the money. This was a passion project. I wanted to meet cool people and turn them into gods and goddesses. And I spent so much time and energy on this. This wasn't just like one of these soulless video games out there. This was something I put my heart and soul into. Anyway. And then I look at Meta and their cartoony avatars that they have for the Horizon world. It's a joke. It needs to be realistic. I could go on a big rant about this.
Well, probably it would make sense to talk with someone at Meta, with a person, which seems to be very difficult because they have these automatic
Yes,
processes.
That's part of it. They have a developer forum for questions, and they have no one from Meta to answer questions there. They expect developers to answer each other's questions. It's like, Bish, that's why we're at the forum. Because we don't know. Like, what do you want, the blind to lead the blind?
Yeah.
And then so I email them, and it's like some intern who gets back to me who doesn't know anything. And it's just like typing out scripted responses.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like they don't even understand VR. Because, for one thing, if you go in their Meta Horizons world, which is like their big game in VR made by Meta, which is supposed to be like VR Facebook or whatever, when you move, it gives motion sickness. And I know why that is, because I solved that 2 years ago. It has to do with the disconnect between the ocular and the inner ear, because your inner ear has a little gyroscope that detects if anything's off in your motion. So if you go from zero velocity to integer velocity instantaneously, it sends a signal from the ocular input to your ear and stuff, and it like says, "Oh, you're sick."
Yeah. Oh, is this why so many people get kind of sick when they wear the glasses?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but you don't in Optimum Championship, because I solved it, because it is a slow acceleration into movement, which I made a video about this 2 years ago, and the fact that Meta hasn't even figured this out. And they're the ones in charge of the metaverse. It's so sus.
I would be such a good test object, because I get sick with everything. Not boats, but travel sick. Like, I get travel sick in cars. I get travel sick in buses. So I'm just perfect for that. I'm always dead when traveling.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So And the other thing, you come home from a hard day of work, okay? You put on your headset. You want to be transported to Fantasyland. If you got to think of the headset as like a vacation, and they make by default this cartoony like landscape that's lame. Like I don't know, maybe you want to live in a cartoon world.
Me, I do.
Yeah.
Well, I don't. I have my own thing. I don't need that cartoon world.
Yeah, that's part of it. It's like, why do I even want to live in this headset? I'd rather live in a bubble house. Oh, the other thing, in the year it's taken for Meta to approve this game, technology has advanced so rapidly. Anna, now you can stick a video into not even a video, a picture. You give an artificial intelligence a picture, and it will then turn that picture into a 3D world that you can move around in. And presumably soon you'll be able to put that into a VR headset. So it's like all this work I did to make a game, by the time Meta finally approves it, you'll be able to just be like, type into an AI, make me a sword fighting game, and it'll be like there.
Yeah, I get it. Well, sure, but you still have a specific story, you know. Yeah, everyone can come up with their own story then, but it's like,
right.
but it doesn't change so much because we currently live in a world where everyone can write a book. But does everyone do that? Like,
No.
does everyone create their own environment?
I think it's about time. So everyone could write a book, but they don't because of the time. It's like, I got a job.
Yeah, but isn't it the same then? Because you can also, you can type in to your thing there, put me in a fantasy world, but what's the setting? Like you're just a gnome in a fantasy world, or is there something more to it?
You could do anything. You give the AI a picture, any picture, even like a famous painting. Like you can give it a Van Gogh, and it will turn the painting into a 3-dimensional environment. And you can do this with any picture. So it's like infinite 3D worlds. Then it's just about interacting in those 3D worlds and inviting other people to your 3D worlds. And we've got like the simulation. Like when Elon talks about we live in a simulation. Like this is, you can see it. This is a predecessor to the simulation. And in fact, XAI, which is Elon's AI company, they're going to get into games because of this.
Yeah.
He's going to build the simulation.
Interesting.
Makes you think, like, do we live in a simulation?
Wouldn't be the first time someone has.
Right? It's kind of like played out, that one. People got their opinions on it.
Yeah, I think it depends on what this word means for you. I think, you can describe it this way. I mean, it's like everything is basically just an experience, but it doesn't make it fundamentally real or objectively real. So everything's just an experience that is created. That's created by your own brain and perception. So you could call it this way, But it really depends on the definition you have of the word simulation, because the experience itself is still real. So the feelings you have is still real. Everything that you experience feels real. Means the feeling is the reality that you're experiencing somehow.
I think people mean, is it made by some other entity, like some advanced civilization that made this to simulate their ancestors or something, or to strategize?
I think it's made by your own brain. I think this, what you call simulation, is made by your own brain. It is something like a simulation. I think you can really translate it in this way. You can see it this way, but it's not like anyone is responsible for you experiencing this here. Although it's a really interesting thought. I mean, probably, who knows? But I don't believe that. Yeah, I lean towards it's not a simulation, but at the same time, existence is so strange. Like we were talking the other day about how, like, do you ever stop and just have to remind yourself of like what this all even is? Yeah, all the time. This was one of my confessions. It was my confession on a TikTok video. Because I experience it every day several times. I can do it right now. I have like a disassociation with myself. It's like it slices apart. I can't even say what it feels like. It's just a weird feeling, and I just understand that I'm separate from myself, or I have to remind myself that this is the person. Anna is doing this now and is talking into the camera, and it's kind of super odd. It's super strange that I'm doing that, but it's also fun. And everything is here. Like there's so much stuff in this room and everywhere. Like everything's like overloaded with information.
Right.
It's so interesting to just be here and look at it. On the other hand, it's like this part of me, which is automatically responding to things and doing things, and is like so good and advanced, and just keep talking, and just looking at it, and I think, wow.
It's so crazy. It's gritty and real, and you never know what's going to happen.
Right.
I think the universe is telling itself a story at the speed of light, c. So you asked, right? Like, what is the frame rate of the universe? C, it's the speed of light. Someone said, oh, what's the refresh rate of your eye? I think it's continuous.
But why is it the speed of light? Can it not be faster than the speed of light? Isn't the speed of light?
I don't think so. So the way I look at it is the speed of light, c, is the speed of causality. It's the speed that things happen. It's like the clock speed of a computer. It's the speed of calculation.
That's too abstract for me. For me, it feels like the speed of light is just the speed of light, not the speed of everything.
The speed of everything.
Okay.
Yeah. Because light, what we think of as light, is really just new information being updated to us. So it's like when I look at that, I don't know, like a fly buzzing around, I see it moving because the information of it being updated in the universe is reaching me at a particular speed, and that is the speed of light.
Interesting, but I just think, it's interesting, but it's kind of too abstract for me, or I could imagine that there is something faster. I wouldn't have a problem imagining that there is more, because this is just the sum of information that I perceive. What about all the information that other animals perceive that I cannot see? Is it also speed of light, or is it another speed?
Also the speed of light, but maybe their brain is processing it faster. There's a lot of wiggle room there. I mean, if everything's happening at the speed of light, our brain is happening very slow, Like, think about how fast a computer calculates compared to us.
Yeah, but I think there is also just different information, because let's see, a butterfly sees way more colors than us. So is it just different information? Is it just information that our brain is too slow for? I don't think so. So it's just additional information. So this is just an example. And what if there is information that we are not even aware of? So I just have a comparison right now that we are already aware of as humans, but there may be information that we just don't know, that we don't know about it. And this could travel at a faster speed, and it has nothing to do with the speed of light. How do we know?
And it just passes us by because we have no way to even capture that information. Yeah, I mean, that's possible. But if you can't measure it, then
it doesn't exist?
Yeah, it has if you can't measure it, and has no effect whatsoever on our reality.
You don't know if it has no effect. Maybe it keeps everything together like a force, another one, something like gravity, but we have no idea that it even exists.
Yeah. I mean, it's totally possible.
Or love.
Love.
I don't know. I'm that's completely hypothetical what I'm saying here, but it's just, I just don't have any problem with keeping some room for things that I don't know, because I think it's so interesting that people talk about the speed of light as the fastest speed, and I just think, come back in 2 years. Maybe there's something new then.
Maybe there's something new. Yeah, but love is is that the real speed of the universe? Maybe. The fifth element. Yeah, we were walking through Seattle. We walked 7 miles. And you're like, that must have been miserable. But was it?
What? Why?
I mean, if you told somebody you were walking in the cold, it didn't rain, but
why is it miserable?
It could have.
I love that.
We had our umbrellas. But it was great.
You had an umbrella?
Yeah, it was in my pocket. Yeah, come prepared. We got off the ferry and we just walked around Seattle and just to see where we would end up. Do you remember the name of that restaurant?
Something. I don't know.
Something. Maybe I'll post in the. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was so good though.
Yeah, it was really, really good. Something with P. It was so cool.
You said better than Anthony's.
Right. Yeah.
Anthony's is good too though.
Yeah, but that was way better. It had a really nice lobster bisque and also fish.
So good you had it twice.
So good. I was ordering the same dish twice. And I really liked the fishies. There was fish in the restaurant.
Yeah, they had a koi
waterfall.
pond. There was a koi pond in the restaurant.
That was so cool.
Yeah, it was also a yacht club. So we're like looking out on these yachts and we could pretend that we owned one of them. Like, oh yeah, there's our yacht.
All of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, and we were holding hands the whole way, walking 7 miles. And then we had to take a 2-mile detour because we could see the restaurant, but there was this fence with barbed wire on it. And the only way to get around it is to walk 2 miles around the fence just so you can go 100 feet forward.
Yeah, it wasn't so bad.
No, because we were together.
Yeah.
That's the power of love. Mm-hmm. Remember I even said like before I met you, I wanted to live on a tropical island or something. Like that was the fantasy. But now with you, I don't really care because home is where the heart is or something.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's not even a real song. I just felt like singing.
Yeah, I think everything's like all cities are beautiful or everywhere is something nice to discover, and I don't mind about rain. I like rain. I like everything.
Yeah. Like it feels cool. Like yeah, let's sit outside in the rain holding hands. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But if you're single, you'd be like, that's miserable. I want to be on a beach drinking a martini.
I didn't think so.
But if you're in love, you're like, let's sit out and listen to the raindrops.
I did that myself too.
Yeah, you did, but you're also a flower and I'm a bee. This is the secret. This is the deepest truth. Men and women are different.
Yeah.
Anyone tells you otherwise.
Yeah, we are very, very different.
Women are flowers and men are bees.
Without women, there would be no interior design. There would be no beauty. There would be nothing. There would be nothing. There would be empty rooms with mattresses in them. That's all.
I don't know. There's the male living space subreddit. It's not that bad.
Yeah, because they still have moms.
It's just very, I don't know. It's just very Spartan and efficient. Like, let's get the job done. I just live on my cot.
Probably there wouldn't even be jobs, you know? Because for what?
Yeah, what is there even, you're probably right. What is there even to do? Without women, there's no one to impress.
Yeah, what would men do? They would just scratch their bellies.
Scratch their bellies. Yeah,
nothing.
Probably. Yeah.
Oh, we hopelessly lost.
Just totally lost. Yeah, so like what's the solution? The pharmaceutical companies, of course, are like, take our prescription medication. No, the solution is love.
Medication against what? Single?
It is. The solution is love. The solution to anxiety, to depression, to purpose, it's love. Go find a girl, go find a guy, go find a significant other that you love, and you will wake up in the morning and be like, let's go shovel coal, yay.
No,
you won't care.
I thought you were about to say, let's go shopping.
Exactly, because you want to take your baby shopping. So you'll be like singing the hi-ho song from Snow White as you're shoveling coal.
And diamonds.
And
that's
diamonds.
What they do. They shovel
Because
diamonds.
that's a girl's best friend?
No, that's what the dwarves do. They're shoveling diamonds. They're in a diamond mine.
Oh, okay. They really are.
Yeah.
Yeah, a girl's best friend. And if you got enough diamonds, you can be a dwarf and marry a Snow White.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is what happened.